Alright, so this is going to be my melee and range ice precision-based DPS loadout. Well, loadouts. So, I'm going to go ahead and go through the white mods first. So, for your weapon, blast adapter of course, your head is going to be critical ice bash. That's going to bump up your critical strike chance from 45% to 47%. And then your neck, of course, you're going to use the Relentless Precision, back, Berserker, chest, Penetrating Strikes, legs, Restorative Wintry Tempest, um, and then your feet, Deadly Block. You can run Explosive Block if you want. Me personally, I like to try to max out the damage, so 25%, or sorry, 5% of my precision, quite a bit. And then your hands, empowered channeling. So I am going to give you the ranged loadout first. So for your ranged loadout, I would recommend empowered channeling. And then let's see, for your artifacts, strat card, of course. I don't have full 200s as you can tell, but strat card, venom wrist dispenser, and trans card. And now for the loadout, I guess I should go through stats first. So weapons expert, of course, get that extra 10% weapon damage, and then max out crits, of course, and then all into precision at first, and then start going into might. It's a little bit extra damage, doesn't hurt. Iconic powers, I only went with robot sidekick for range. You'll see why here in a second. And then of course all your movement mode stuff, and then weapon mastery, go into hand blasters, which I don't know if you know this, but speccing into weapon mastery does give you extra. It's almost 2,000 extra precision. It's like 1,900 or something like that. You can verify it for yourself if you don't believe me, but just putting a point into weapon mastery, not even getting down here, just the point into weapon mastery does give you almost 2,000 extra precision, which that'll come in handy when I show you the melee loadout. And then I go with arrow fling here. So for the loadout itself, Wintry Tempest, Reflection, Ice Bash, Ice Boulder Strike, Avalanche, and then Robot Sidekick. So now what it's going to look like is you're going to do Wintry Tempest, clip with Ice Bash, and then you do hold, 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 and then clip with Ice Boulder Strike, clip with Reflection, and then Avalanche. And then you just rinse and repeat. This does use a lot of power, so it's kind of a pain in the ass. I mainly only use it for raids. Alright. He's a piece of shit. Of course, then it doesn't want to go over there. Okay. Alright, so this is going to be a video for my ice, melee, and range precision-based DPS. So I just went through the rotation for my range. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the loadout itself. and all the white mods, all that stuff. So I'll start with the loadout. So if your loadout, Wintry Tempest, you're going to be clipping Wintry Tempest with Ice Bash, and then Reflection and Ice Boulder Strike. So Wintry Tempest, clip with Ice Bash, and then Ice Boulder Strike, clip with Reflection, and then Avalanche, and then Robot Sidekick. For your weapons, Hand Blaster, as you saw, it pretty much matches up perfectly with the rotation. Speccing into Weapon Mastery does give you almost 2,000 extra precision, so that's kind of a must here. And then I went with Arrow Fling. And then for, of course, get all of your movement mode stuff, iconic powers, only Robot Sidekick, and then stat points. Gonna go with Weapons Expert for the 10% total weapon damage, get all your crits, and then throw all the remaining points into Precision. If you have the same situation that I do, where I have enough skill points, start going into Might and Power after that. As for white mods, you're going to go with Blast Adapter, Critical Ice Bash. That's going to bump up your critical strike chance from 45% to 47%. And then neck is going to be the Relentless Precision. Back is going to be Berserker. Chest, Penetrating Strikes. Legs, Restorative Wintry Tempest. Feet, Deadly Block. You can use Explosive Block. I just prefer Deadly Block. And then for your hands, Empowered Channeling. What Empowered Channeling is going to do is it's going to make, when you're using Avalanche, it's going to make it uninterruptible, which is pretty important. So that is one of your hardest hitting moves aside from the Weapon Mastery combo itself. And then for the artifacts, the Strategist card, Venom Wrist Dispenser, and the Transformation card. Now, next I'm going to go ahead and show you the melee loadout. So, it's going to be the exact same thing as far as white mods go. The only difference is for your hands. I don't have it in right now because I use the same gear for both, but you can swap out the hands, or I would recommend swapping out the hands for max damage. And then same artifacts. And then for the... No, we don't do ninja invites around here. For the loadout itself, you're going to spec all into the same stuff. As I said, just spec into Weapon Mastery here. You don't have to put any points because you're not going to be using... you're not actually going to be using Weapon Mastery, but just speccing into Weapon Mastery itself does give you almost 2,000 extra precision. You can test that, see if I'm wrong, but I've tested it, so just spec into Weapon Mastery. And then, of course, movement mode, iconic powers, Robot Sidekick, and Neo Venom Boost. Stat points, same exact thing. 10% total weapon damage, crits, remaining points into Precision, and then Might. And then for your loadout, it's going to be almost the same thing. It's going to be Wintry Tempest, going to be clipped with Ice Bash, and then you're going to do Ice Boulder Strike, clipped with Reflection. And then you have Robot Sidekick, and then of course your supercharged Neo Venom Boost. And now, what it's going to look like is this. Uses considerably less power, but I don't recommend using this in current content as far as raids go. Sit back in range. go. Hopefully this this helps you all out. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments below, and try and help you out.